On March 18th, Catherine Schulten published the article, How Often Do You Engage in Fat Talk? The article is about how women, but men too, engage, will talk about how, like, on Facebook or in person, will say things like, I hate how I look today, or I feel fat, or my arms are too huge, they don't fit in my shirt, and how this affects people emotionally and mentally. So the article discussed how men and women of all ages say phrases like "I feel so fat today," um, and how it can affect their people's self-esteem and their eating habits. If you keep on saying things like that to yourself and to your friend, you'll eventually believe it as like kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you might even start eating more and become unhealthy and actually then start to have a real physical problem. Schulten is trying to tell us that what we consider normal and harmless comments are actually make things worse for ourselves and just reaffirm what was wrong with our body. Yeah. From this article, I've learned that phrases like "I hate my thighs; they're so huge," is that people saying things like that further drowns some people in self-hatred and invites other people to do the same. If you're on Facebook and or Twitter or whatever, and you see someone type I need to lose 10 pounds, and other people are likely to say the same thing, and it's just bad for everyone involved. Yeah. The study shows that it's not just teenagers and early 20-year-olds that will talk about how they hate their body, that women up to age 70 do the same thing, and probably women older than that do too. Yeah. So, fat talk is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every time that a person talks about how they hate their body, they're just further reaffirming it. It also seems to kind of work in a group, like on Facebook. If one person starts to say how much they hate their body, another person will, and it'll keep on going until that's all online will be. So it's a vicious cycle and never really tends to end up with anyone happy with themselves. So if I were to further research this, I'd probably look on other news sites, maybe like BBC, Huffington Post, CNN, Fox, any site or article, and I would look for things like body issues, self-fulfilling prophecies, maybe even body dysmorphia, which is a really drastic version. Um, I'd also look to see if in other cultures do they have the same thing. Do women in India constantly talk about how they hate their bodies, and does it make it worse for them or does it make it better? And how like has how people have the ideal woman has that changed over time? That like last 100 years ago, the ideal woman was a little curvier and not as stick thin, which came out big in the 60s. Did if Were there less body hatred back then when the ideal woman could weigh more and not be anorexic? Okay, so, or I could look up on sites like Questia or APA or the socialpsychology.org. Um, so I think this is fat talk is something that is taught through people because little kids don't go around saying that they are fat and that they wish they could fit into a size 18 months or anything. So it's something that's obviously taught, and it seems to be more to girls than guys, even though guys do it too. So I think that we must learn from when we start at school and we talk to our friends, and our friends learn from maybe hearing our mom or dad complaining about themselves into the mirror to their spouse or anything. And we see it on TV, even shows on like Disney or Nickelodeon have girls who want to go on diets to lose weight to fit into the dress for prom or anything. So it also can kind of connect because uh, maybe like Pavlov's dogs were rewarded every time we complain about our body. Every time you complain about your body, you'll have a group of friends chorusing the same thing that they hate their body, and then it makes you feel like that you're normal, that everyone else hates their body, so that's what it's normal, and you're normal, and if your friends are doing it, you do it too. So you're kind of getting rewarded by being socially normal by hating your body. And would you rather have friends or like your body? Alright, so every time that someone talks about how they hate their body, they're just being rewarded and with friendship and camaraderie. Okay, so and pretty much everybody wants to fit in and have friends. Okay. So basically, Fat Talk by Catherine Schulten is about how our society It's normal to hate your body and to talk about it online, even anonymously, that you need to lose 12 pounds or something, or there's a certain part of your body that you hate, and how, and how it's horrible for us because every time we say that, we're further ingraining it in ourselves that we're fat or that we need to lose weight to become this ideal person. And it's not just one person thing, it's a whole culture, and we have to work on raising our self-esteem and stopping fat.